BTS News Today. The late afternoon sky in Seoul that day seemed to carry a secret. Clouds hung low, as if holding something back, just like the hearts of many armies who didn't quite know how to react after watching Jungkook's latest video. No teaser, no warning, just one mysterious upload that suddenly appeared on BTS's official channel. A video with a simple title, "To Myself." It was only 6 minutes long, but those 6 minutes were enough to leave the entire fandom in stunned silence. The video showed Jungkook sitting alone in the studio, wearing a black hoodie and a gray beanie, lit only by a single lamp in the corner. There was no music, no fancy filters. Just him, a microphone, and a slightly trembling voice as he began to speak. "There are things I can't hold in anymore," he said softly. "I feel like I've been pretending too much that everything's okay." That statement was like a quiet explosion. Many weren't ready to see this raw, vulnerable side of Jungkook. The camera didn't move, as if letting every word settle deeply without interruption. Jungkook spoke about the pressure he'd felt over the past few months, about how he sometimes felt lost in the chaos of schedules, rehearsals, recordings, and expectations. But the part that truly made armies catch their breath was when he mentioned one name, Park Jimin, Jimin Hyung. "He's the one who always knows when I'm faking a smile," Jungkook said with a bitter smile. "Sometimes I want to scream, to run away, but he always shows up without being asked. Just sits next to me and says, 'If you don't want to talk now, it's okay. I'm here.'" Within minutes, social media exploded with reactions. The hashtag to myself JK instantly trended worldwide. Many wrote long, emotional messages about how important the video was, not just as a confession from Jungkook, but as a real portrait of how pressure and exhaustion can hit anyone, even those who seem happy and strong on the outside. But the most anticipated response came from Jimin himself. 40 minutes after the video was uploaded, Jimin posted something on Weverse. A very simple photo, the camera pointed down at the studio floor, showing two pairs of feet resting side by side, one wearing white sneakers, the other in blue house slippers. No long caption, just two sentences. "I know you're scared, but I'm more scared of losing you." And in a matter of seconds, it felt like the world stopped. Armies realized that what they were witnessing wasn't just an interaction between two group members. There was something deeper, more emotional, more human. On every BTS tour, they always appeared perfect, smiling endlessly, never lacking energy. But behind the scenes, exhaustion was still human. Doubt, fear, and loneliness still crept in even beneath the brightest stage lights. The next day, Big Hit Music released a brief statement. They neither confirmed nor denied anything directly. They simply stated that all members are currently in an intense creative process and preparation for the comeback, and that the released video is part of a personal documentary content series that will be revealed in full soon. But that didn't stop the wave of attention from growing. Many Korean entertainment analysts called this moment one of the first and censored cracks in BTS's perfect image. Yet many also praised the courage of Jungkook and Jimin. At a time when most idols choose silence to protect their image, they dared to show the darker sides of their journey. Meanwhile, the BTS YouTube account updated its homepage. A new playlist titled Inner Room appeared. Only one video was in it, Jungkook's. But the most interesting part was the playlist description, which read, "If you hear the sound of my heart, maybe you'll hear your own." Fans began to speculate that similar videos from other members would follow. Maybe Jimin would be next. Perhaps this was part of the long-promised healing process, not just for the fans, but for themselves as well. 3 days after Jungkook's video went viral, Jimin finally appeared in a Weverse live broadcast. He sat on a couch, wearing a pale yellow sweater, his hair half tied up. His voice was calm but couldn't hide the emotion behind his eyes. "I saw a lot of you were worried after that video," he said. Jungkook was just trying to be honest. We're all trying to be honest, even though it's hard. He looked down for a moment, took a deep breath, then continued. "I was there that night. I was the one who recorded that video. We had just finished practice, and he suddenly said, 'Hyun, I want to say something, but don't interrupt. Let the camera be the only one listening.' So I sat down and recorded. I knew how heavy it was for him." The live broadcast lasted about 30 minutes. Jimin didn't reveal many new details, but it was enough to reassure ARMY that everything would be okay, that their bond was stronger than it looked, that their pain was real and it didn't need to be hidden anymore. That night, a new song was quietly uploaded to BTS's official SoundCloud. Its title, Shadow Between Us. No description, no teaser. But from the voices and the tone, ARMY knew it was Jungkook and Jimin. The song sounded like a letter. The lyrics spoke of the fear of loss, of the emotional distance that sometimes creeps in between two people who care deeply, and how a single touch can save someone from invisible darkness. One lyric in particular became the talk of the fandom. You never asked me to stay, but I heard you screaming / in the silence between your breaths. After the song was released, Jungkook posted a single photo to Instagram. Not a selfie. Not his face. Just the studio window at night, with a half-drunk cup of tea. The caption was a single emoji, waxing crescent moon, as if to say, the night isn't over. But the moon is still there. This story isn't over. But what has happened over these past few days has changed how the world sees them. Jungkook and Jimin are no longer just idols. They've become a voice for so many who've ever been afraid to be honest, who've pretended to be happy for others, who've sat in the dark, just hoping someone would quietly sit next to them. And in that beautiful silence, one thing became clear. Sometimes, the greatest act of bravery isn't standing on stage under 1,000 spotlights. It's admitting you need someone and saying, I'm tired, but I'm still here. That night, after Shadow Between Us was released, the fandom's atmosphere shifted dramatically. There was a silence, not of loss, but of reflection. Many armies began sharing their own stories online, of times when they too pretended to be strong, smiling while broken inside. The song felt like a mirror, reflecting wounds they'd long buried. In a later Weverse Live, Jimin said something simple yet touching. Sometimes we write songs not for you to hear them, but to make sure we don't forget how it feels. He admitted the song was written in one night, after Jungkook walked out of the recording booth without saying a word. He just patted Jimin's shoulder and said, tomorrow morning, please come with me. And the next morning, without much talking, they wrote the lyrics on a white studio wall using markers. Then sat silently for 3 hours, filling in melodies that flowed like long-held-back tears. No producers. No sound engineers. Just the two of them. Just the honesty that had long been locked inside bodies forced to be flawless. After the song went viral, discussions emerged within ARMY communities about the mental health of idols, especially BTS. Many highlighted how the pressure they face is no small thing. Especially now, when their careers have reached the skies. Every move is scrutinized. Every word is reinterpreted. In the middle of all that, an old candid photo of Jungkook and Jimin resurfaced. A 2016 training room picture of the two laughing freely without a care. An ARMY added a caption that touched thousands of hearts. Before all the glamour and pressure, there were two boys who just wanted to sing and dance together. Let's protect them.